conflict is inevitable in business as people with differing ideas, priorities, and personalities are expected to work toward common goals. It can even be helpful when it generates new ideas and new solutions to business challenges. But conflict often hampers productivity and hinders working relationships, so conflict resolution is an important skill for all professionals. Here are 5 steps you can follow to address conflict in positive, mutually beneficial ways. Not all conflicts are worth the time, energy, and disruption it might take to resolve them. With minor or temporary conflicts, it is sometimes more practical to live with the issue. If conflict will derail a project or disrupt team harmony, however, it needs to be addressed. If you are personally involved in the conflict, step back and examine your own perspective before taking any action. As tensions rise during a conflict, emotions can take over and distort one's view of the matter or lead people into behaviors they wouldn't normally engage in. Take stock of your participation in the conflict, and see if modifying your approach to the situation could improve matters. This self-assessment might also generate a constructive way to open a dialogue with the other party. Conflict can originate at different levels or depths, and it's vital to know where the real source of the conflict is before you try to address it. At the shallowest level, the conflict might simply be about language, when people use different terminology to express similar thoughts. You may discover that you don't really have a conflict but are simply using different words to describe the same things. At the deepest level, people disagree about fundamental values and principles, such as the company's responsibilities to employees or to society in general, for example. In between, the source of conflict might be cultural differences, disagreements over organizational priorities, personal versus group priorities, work methods, or personality differences. The real source of the conflict might not be the apparent source, the one that is most visible. For instance, 2 people on a project could be arguing about work methods when the real conflict is a deeper disagreement about the team's mission. Discovering the real source of conflict might not be easy because it can force people to explore and express uncomfortable emotions. Looking again at the levels of potential conflict, identify the highest level at which the parties do agree. Finding this common ground establishes a point of agreement between the participants that they can use as a platform to work toward a solution. For example, if a project team agrees on the team's mission but not on work methods, you know that the resolution to the conflict needs to focus on how the team goes about its work. After you have clarified the cause of the conflict, you can start working toward a resolution. As you move forward, focus on the problem, not on the people involved, unless personal behavior is the problem, and focus on the future, not the past. Here are common strategies for resolving conflict. In some situations, the best solution is to avoid the circumstances that create conflict, rather than trying to fix the conflict when it does occur. One side in a conflict can decide to accommodate or sacrifice for the good of the organization or to maintain harmony in a relationship. In contrast to accommodation, the 2 sides can choose to meet somewhere in the middle, with both sides giving up something. Balanced compromise is one of the hallmarks of successful teams and groups. Whereas compromise seeks a middle ground that requires some sacrifice from both sides, collaboration involves working on a new solution that satisfies everyone's needs and expectations. Collaboration can be a rewarding experience because it makes conditions better for everyone and gives people the satisfaction of a shared accomplishment. Whichever approach you take, view conflict resolution as an opportunity to repair relationships, improve teamwork, and create a better work environment for everyone involved.